Somebody call 911. Ole, 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 ole. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Season 3, Week 2 of the Goalti Cup. I'm alongside Jason Anthenien, a 15-time Hula League champion, 2,500 best hands in a 2,500-mile radius, and we got a great one today. It's Giovanni's Little Jalapenos versus Hot Shit. Now, both of these teams found themselves at the bottom of the division last week. What do they got to do to pull it together right now here in prime time, especially when Hot Shit has Rowan McDonnell on the team?
Well, I actually think Giovanni's Little Jalapenos actually had the best draft, but they were missing Ezra, they were missing Nadu. They're just trying to get their chemistry in order. And Hot Shit, they are going to, they got Rowan here, and they got Nick Dunbar. So it's going to be a totally different tale of the tape on how they're going to play in their strategy, and we'll explain further on as the game is going on.
Right, two big towers, Nick Dunbar and Rowan versus Ezra and Evan. That's going to be a big matchup, and also Nadu versus Fia. Those two players are sensational female matching players. So let's take it to the field and get this game underway. Okay, so Nick is bringing it in now. Now, both of these teams, as we said before, lost their first two games in week 1. Both ended up at the bottom of the division. I don't think anybody expected that, Jason. Like, these teams, from top to bottom, their rosters, you look at them, they're loaded, they've got talent, and they've got the right starters to get the game going. What happened in week 1, in your opinion, for both of these teams?
Well, I think the first problem was they both faced Youngsung's team.
You're right.
Yeah.
The Szechuan shooters who are undefeated.
Yeah, are they still undefeated?
Undefeated at the top of the division. A huge block right away by Nick Dunbar on Evan Moorlock, and that's an interesting matchup you're going to want to watch today. There's two towers of Giovanni's Little Jalapenos, Ezra and Evan, up against Nick Dunbar and Rowan. We're going to see how they match up with that height. It's always been historically a problem for teams.
Absolutely. While we're starting, can we describe for our new viewers how the game is played?
Right. So for those of you at home new to Goalti, I want to start off by saying thank you for joining us, right? Like, subscribe, click some more looks. But the goal here is to get the disc through that apparatus, that hoop in the middle. If you catch it inside the goal area, you get 1 point. If you throw it from the clear, you get 2. And that's a shot. It's a goal. Wow, Chris Harrison. He threw that from a mile out. I don't think Giovanni's Little Jalapenos expected that.
Hey, shooters got to shoot.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of this scores and then trying to re-clear and turnovers. Not a lot of 2-for-1 so far early in this league, but that's expected with new players, new teams, kind of trying to figure each other out in the chemistry.
Absolutely, you have to take advantage of the opportunities because when you score, you maintain offensive possession. So you're in attack mode, and you got to keep it.
Ooh, big shot! Oh wow! It went off the top of the hoop, and for those at home, if it touches the hoop, as long as it's inside, it's a goal. So that's a great heads-up play by Evan, and deep 2-point shot, and it's good. That's a 2-pointer from the clear line. Evan to Ezra is some of the most dangerous duo you can find in this game right here.
Absolutely. We call them the Twin Towers for a reason, and they are electric. And here they go. They're going against Rowan, just entered the field, and how would you say you stop the Twin Towers?
Well, basically, I think you got to put a body on a body, and here we go, trying to isolate Nick with Evan inside the goal. They come out. We got no cutters in. Dylan going back there along with Nadu. A lot of crowding in the goal area right now, but Dylan, finds Nadu. Good goal from Giovanni, and just like that, they are up 4-1 early in the game. With about 17 minutes left to play in the first half. Great start for Giovanni's Little Jalapenos.
Can I tell you the keys to victory for both squads?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, so Hot Shit, they need to utilize Rowan and Nick, okay?
Nadu.
I think that was on the line, to be honest with you.
I couldn't see her left foot. They're saying goal.
So
we were taking a look at the replay. You know, it's a hard call. It's a hard call to make.
I actually,
But they're going to go up 5-1 right now.
Looking at the replay, I'm pretty sure the foot's on the line.
Hold up. Wait a
Here we go.
minute.
So, okay, keys to victory. Let's go with the Twin Towers, Giovanni's little helpers.
Right.
Okay, once Brandon gets out there, they are going to do a lot of bowlers. They're going to hit the corners of the poles. Right now, they're going to try and keep this game fast-paced. They're going to keep the game in the air, keep it high, okay? We need the stellar defense from Nick Dunbar and Rowan to step up and stop the Twin Towers.
Oh.
We are what they call Humango Bangos, which is a classic Goalti term.
Yes, the Humango Bangos has caught on. Oh, here we go. More power position for Ezra. Rowan standing in front of him. Nick standing in front of Evan. You getting him in a better position here. 2 cutters in the goal. Little clogged right there. Jetta out here. By the way, Jetta is... Oh, my goodness. Jetta! We just talked about her. She's so pumped up. She gave a little fist pump there, and she deserves it. She's been showing up to women's Goalti. Everyone says she has been getting better and better with her hands, understanding the game. She has a really high IQ for this game, as is, and you saw it right there on display.
You have no idea how happy I am for that play. Jetta, that was an amazing move with the score and a commanding 6-1 lead early in the game.
Yes, right off the bat. Jetta subs out, brings back in Nadu, and Ezra is going to sub out, bring Brandon Lee in. So it's going to be Brandon, Dylan, Nadu, and Evan on offense.
This is going to change their whole style of play, you know.
I expect them to be very slow here, very safe. Nadu might take a shot, but Brandon here with the disc is going to help facilitate movement. You hear our sound cue coming on right now on the field. That indicates to the players that there's about 15 minutes left in the half. Rowan playing hard defense right now.
At this rate, they might score 40.
Good possession right now for Green. They are possessing. Oh my God. How about that push pass from Nadu Tano? What a throw.
This is amazing. This is for them starting off so hot. I was expecting them to go more passing it back and forth, swinging the disc, and they've been coming out firing. Now that Brandon's on the field, maybe they do start to slow it down. They have a good lead. I wouldn't be surprised if they just make turns just like that.
Not a great throw from Brandon. You expect usually him to be a safer thrower, but I mean, I think he was pretty high in the stall count, no outs.
What do you think it was, like 2.5?
Oh, Jen Milholland comes in here, gets the disc over to Nick. Nick now with the offensive possession, and you kind of want to see them get a point here. They need to cut down the bleeding. Oh, what a throw! Oh my goodness! It's not in.
Wait, that looked into me.
It looked into me as well, but oh, Rowan! He absolutely dunked all over Brandon Lee, who's one of the top defensive players in the goal area, and that's what hot shit right there needed. They needed a point to get on the board. They cut the lead down, 7-2 now.
Hey, that best hand in poker right here. What an amazing sky by Rowan, and he signals, I'm back.
We miss him. He comes back annually, and he's going to take a shot here.
Oh.
Not the best shot, a little off. Wasn't going to be in anyway, but Nick tried to make the most of it. They're both trying to take advantage of Brandon in that goal area, you can see. Nice little hammer from Nadu. Now, so far, Giovanni has done a great job of possessing the disc and maintaining control of this thing. Let's see if that continues here for them. They're up by 5 with about 13 minutes left to play in this first half. Ezra and Evan both coming off of nationals, along with Nadu.
Quick turnover right here. Here they go, looking for a 2. He's going to shoot it.
Oh, he just caught it short of the goal there.
Nobody's there, ready.
Oh, Rowan can hit any angle from any direction. Oh.
Oh.
I think Chris Harrison had a little miscommunication there with Rowan. I think he thought Rowan was going to cut in. It's a deep shot, and Rowan really wanted a reset. You can tell he's trying to get the disc in front of the goal and try to make shots from there.
Can I tell you one of my favorite part about these two teams? They're going to play completely opposite styles. Hot shit, they're going to be shooters from everywhere on the field. And Giovanni's little helpers, they're going to be right in front of the goal. They're going to be being patient, taking their time. So it's going to be amazing to see the different styles of play here and which one will prevail. Oh, Butterfingers is called, and must have been a strip.
Wow, what a bowler. It's not in, but good save by Evan. Evan moving it along now to Ezra. Ezra finds Dylan, not going to make it. It's no good. Turnover here for Hot Shit. Hot Shit's getting the disc back. Now, they're down 7-2. You got to get it into position. You got to be patient here. You don't want to, you don't want to be.
Is that patience?
No, exactly. You want to, especially when you're down, you have a tendency to try to force things. So you want to slow down a little bit here if you're Hot Shit. Try to possess the disc. We're coming up now on about 11:50 left in the game, left in the half. Now Giovanni's Little Jalapenos here has Ezra, Brandon, Evan, and Jetta back on the field. This is a really strong line. By the way, Chris Harrison on Brandon Lee. He's been making his way out to Goalti a lot more often recently.
Hey, I love some Chris Harrison. If you ever want to look at a role player that does big time moments and big time games, it is Chris Harrison. Check out our other videos. If he's on the field, he is dominating.
Yeah, one to look at is he played for Kauai in the state championship. He won the D2 state championship playing for them in the Goalti finals there. I think he had like 9-10 defensive blocks. He knows his role, like you said. Bad mistiming throw. Rowan couldn't bring it down. Jen Milhan is going to sub for that. Bring in Fia. Now, Giovanni's Little Jalapenos. They started off hot. Let's see if they can get this disc back into shooting position here. Dylan and Brandon on the same team together. We haven't seen that since season 1 when they won the first inaugural championship together, along with Nick, who is also in this game. It's good to see them back on the field. Dylan he skipped season 2, but he's back better than ever. I think he was on the mainland for college. I mean, I don't want to say he skipped it, but he's definitely back. He was excited to be here.
You know what he said? He said, I hate the rain. Give me some sunshine and warm weather every day. And Goalti.
Now you see they're trying to inch it a little closer to the middle. He's looking for Dylan. Oh, Rowan read that like a book. You can't take that long and show your hand and try to look for that push pass right off the bat.
I think that was an audio book, to be honest. That was how good he read it. 1.5 speed.
Okay, our music indicates right now we're coming up on 10 minutes left in the first half. Rowan with the disc. Good patience from Rowan. Trying to center it right now. We've got an easy free recenter right here by Mikey, and he's going to shoot it. That pass that Nick made to Mikey set that play up. It's the pass before the shot that makes the play. And he identified he needed to get it back to center before he took that shot off the side.
The hockey assist. This is actually their universe lineup right here. So we need them scoring here.
They cut the lead down to 4 points, 7-3 right now.
Watch a bunch of overhand from Rowan. He is gonna flick it.
Oh, he's gonna shoot that anyway. Yeah. Right there, perfect. Another score for Hot Shit. They cut the lead down, 7-4. Nick to Rowan, more of that.
If Nick and Rowan want to win, they need to take advantage of Brandon all day. They got to go up top all day, elevator. If they want to pull back, if they want to catch up, that's what they got to do.
Now, I just want to point out, like, Nick has always been a top 3 draft pick, and he's been taking a lot of flack on social media recently for not being in the top 3 for the first time in years in the drafting board.
What was he at this year?
I think he went 5th overall, and which was his... Oh, boy! That's an amazing shot. Fia finds the area in the space, and Rowan just fits it in. What a dime.
You got to think, what kind of throws does Rowan have? He at least has 100 in his arsenal. That's just 1 out of 100. Stay tuned for the rest. Here we go. There's another throw.
Oh, Mikey had it in his hands, and Gio was in the vicinity. He still had an opportunity to make that catch. It's good to see the Kahuku boys battling out here.
Hey, Kahuku be repping out here right now. Let's go.
We've got Ezra, we've got Evan, Gio, Nadu, all representatives from the North Shore. In fact, the 2 captains, Ezra and Evan, on one side, Mikey and Fia on the other side, they battled back in season 2, week 2, and Ezra and Evan got the better of it. So, I think Mikey Fia remembers a little bit of that.
Oh, here we
nice
go.
Position right there. Got it to the center, and that's going to be easy. You see, when
is that a honey point?
Okay, I think you're confusing Evan for Ezra there.
Oh, sorry.
No, but
the Twin Towers, they all look the same.
But a little bit of a discussion here.
What is the call? What do you think?
Now, there's a discussion on the field of whether that last play was a goal or not, and I'm still not sure whether they counted. Yeah, they did count it. Okay. So it is 8-5 right now. Giovanni's Little Jalapenos.
Yeah, we still got a lot of time. 7 minutes left.
Yeah, 7 minutes in the first half. It feels like the first half is blowing past us right here.
Well, Giovanni stepped up so they went up 7-1
Yes,
earlier. So
early in the half.
Now Hot Shit's now they're coming back. It's a game of attrition.
Brandon's doing a good job of just resetting. You see, he rarely holds it. Oh, huge box out right there, right in the space, and that's going to make the play right there. So again, I want to point out that Brandon's throw to Ezra was what set that play up. Ezra got into that area, that high percentage shooting area. He put it up to him, he caught it, and then with an isolated cutter in the back, it's just easy to just put it up to Evan.
Absolutely.
So it's now 9-5 with about 6:25 left to go in the first half.
You see, green team is always going to try and get to the power position. That is their main job, to get right in front of the goal, and that's where they want to shoot. Brown team, they're going to shoot from anywhere.
Yeah, just for the folks at home, the power position which we're talking about is between the two posts of the hoop, and it extends about 5 to 6 yards out. If you can get it in that area and you can isolate one cutter, it is very hard to stop because the defense doesn't have enough time to react to the shot.
Some people also call it the blue zone.
The blue zone. You kind of stumbled there.
I did.
Okay, we got a little contest here from Chris. Okay, it's going back to Dylan. Dylan's going to reset it over to Evan. Okay, and still, I think he's saying he was questioning whether it's supposed to come in on stall 4 or stall 3 on a contested stall count. And they got it clarified. He thought it was stall 4, Chris Harrison, but it's all good. Oh, whoa. Way to save that from Ezra. Great defense by Nick again. They really got to put pressure here, both Rowan and Nick. Dylan now with the disc on the side area. He puts it up, and Ezra just grabs it. They got to get it to center. He's looking. He's trying to get Dylan into that center position. Nadu just off to the side. I don't know if this is going to be it yet. Still battling. He's going to take a shot anyway. Oh. Now, that can happen. You got two people on the goal trying to both cut at the same time. You only got one reset. And that makes it really hard, especially if you look forward for the first 3 seconds.
Yes, absolutely. And you see he got jammed in a high stall count. He had to put it.
Oh my God, Nick just being Nick.
Sometimes Nick does Nick things.
I expected them. We talked about that earlier, is that there was a lot of criticism, but I don't think it's fair. I think in these big primetime games, this is when Nick shows up. Expect him to play big in this game. He's already been playing big.
I love me some Nick Dunbar.
I love it too. I mean, when he's in big games, it's so fun to watch. No one is, oh wow, Gio.
Oh,
it might have been a collision in the head there. And Chris is gonna have to take a step out. They're gonna sub Mikey in. There's not a lot of depth in this league. Teams are down to about 8 or so players on either side. And I think Hotshot is down to 7. Oh, over. Not gonna count.
But
Nick
that's
makes
okay,
the grab
he still
anyway.
got it. Okay, look at Nick and Rowan to do some work right here, okay? I'm expecting a blade from Rowan, high release, up top. All right.
Jet a good defense here. Now remember, we have a 3-1 format here. You gotta have one female matching player on the field at all times. We're both, oh.
That's your block, Evan.
Jen taking a behind the back no look pass, and she looks over at the audience and she's laughing. She's telling them, hey, I'm here for the show.
She's saying, I gotta play defense now.
So we've got Giovanni's Little Jalapenos back with the disc. 3 minutes left to go in this first half. And we got Ezra, Nadu, Brandon, and Evan, a solid line here. They should generate some offense here. Okay, Nick is calling stall on Ezra.
For a stall call, this is crazy because this is a Goalti Nationals. All 4 of these players have been to Goalti Nationals, and to get stalled out is quite strange. Oh, okay, maybe that was. You think it's their first time playing? I thought.
Well, so for Giovanni's Little Jalapenos, for those at home, Nadu, Ezra, and Brandon all played on the same team at Goalti Nationals.
How'd they do?
They got 13th out of 48. They did well. I think there's only onward and upward to look forward to for this group here in Hawaii. Evan also was there. We had a second team there, the Outlaws.
Yes.
He performed really well.
They cracked top 50, I heard.
They did. They got, 47.
Well, you didn't have to say that part.
But it's top 50.
Top 50 in the nation, baby. We also represented by yours truly, myself, and a lot of UC Berkeley too.
We're approaching 2 minutes now. Hot shit down by 4. They got to get some points here before this half ends. Oh, he shoots it. Oh, and he threaded the needle.
Hey, shooters got to shoot. you know, if the disc is in Rowan's hands, you know, any shot could come out, but also, I know Nick can catch any shot too.
Okay, so still with this a very similar line from before. The only substitution here is they got Nato out and they put Jetta in. Jetta with the early assist for a score. She's been doing great so far. It clears to Brandon. Brandon's got it cleared here. He's gonna push it up to Jetta. Now they're attacking. 1 minute, 20 seconds left in the first half. 9-5. Very, very patient. You get the sense that they're trying to hold for last possession here.
It seems like so long though, a whole minute to hold it, but I can't say I'm surprised.
Sound indicated at 60 seconds left in the half. They get it to Ezra. They still haven't brought it up to the goal. They're being really patient.
They start off so hot, so quick. They scored, 7 goals in the first 5 minutes of the game?
Yes.
And now they've only had 2 since then, but here we go.
It's just outside. Great pressure from Nick and Rowan right now. Mikey is just, he's playing on fire right now. 30 seconds left.
Watch for a bowler from Brandon.
They have it in a power position. Jetta looking to cut. Doesn't find the cut. They need to reset here. Rowan, good D. Evan still makes the grab. We're approaching 15 seconds now. Ezra being really patient here up in the front. Gets it to Evan. Who's going to cut here is the big question. 10 seconds left. He gets it over to Evan, and Evan drops it. A little too patient. You want to see a little bit more aggression out of the Green Little Jalapenos. And Hotshot is not going to get a shot off, and that is half. 9-5.
That was like a minute 30 seconds with no shots. Who's in charge around here?
You generally want to see more shooting. You generally want to see more attacking, but it's okay. Right now, we're going to take it down to our halftime interview. We're going to have Gustav Haflin. He's from Boston.
Wait.
He was on the same team as Rowan this
I'm
past
getting a
club.
call upstairs.
Yeah.
Hey, straight to Gus right now. Upstairs.
Okay. Here we go. We're taking it live.
Hey everybody, this is Gus Haflin here with Goalti Times. Folks, we got Rowan, we got Jetta here. Just a couple of questions and some wings and some sauce. Happy to have you all here today. Jetta, the first question's for you. The question is, what beef is currently happening on your team, and do you think it's going to clear up by the end of the season?
I don't spill the tea, so we got no beef.
No tea, no beef. I'm going to hit you with another question.
Okay, let's go.
We don't accept that answer here at Goalti Times. We need real answers. 5 days ago, you were thinking about this game. What did you eat for breakfast, and why?
5 days ago to today?
5 days ago.
Just coffee.
Just coffee.
Yeah.
Running on coffee.
The breakfast of champions. Rowan, we're going to start with the same question. 5 days ago, you were thinking about this game. What was breakfast?
Breakfast was the same thing I eat every single day for the last 3.5 years. 3 eggs and oatmeal. And a coffee. Jetta made me a nice coffee that is fantastic.
Beautiful. Similar approaches. We'll see what the results are. We got one more question for Rowan, though. The people really want to know. This one comes from Beardy. Rowan, what motivates you to continue saucing your wings?
You know, I normally don't, but with this atmosphere, Hawaii Goalti Cup, I just was gifted African ghost pepper, and just really the atmosphere brings it out of me. And, before I leave, I got to shout out our great sponsors. Anthenien.
Hey, big guy.
If you have any housing needs, check out my man, Jason. He's sweating with the wings, but I'm focused and I'm going to deliver. He's quality.
We're sweating. It's because of wings and effort. Good luck in the second half, y'all. Gus Haflin, Goalti Times.
Great to see you again, guys.
All right, thank you for that interview, Gus. Great interview with Rowan, Jetta. I love both of those players. Probably Jetta, just a smidge more. Right now, we got a 9-5 game, close game. What does Hot Shit got to do to get back in this game?
Hotshot needs to shoot. That's what they got to do, okay? They got to keep firing from all cylinders. Everywhere on the field. Anytime that Rowan, Nick, Mikey, Fia, they got the disc, it's wide open, baby. Shoot it, okay? Hit your spots. You've been working on this, okay? Your athletes, your shooters, you can hit anywhere on the field. Now, Giovanni's, they got to get in the little power position. They got to be like, they don't got many options, okay? They got a couple bowlers to the poles, but they got to be within like this table radius right here.
Of the goal.
Yeah. They got to be right in front of the goal, and that's it. So we're going to see 2 different tales in the second half. Who's going to come out on top? Conservative play or shooters galore?
All right, so with that, let's get it back down to the field. 5-9 game, great game so far. Thank you. Clock has started. Nick, Fia, Chris Harrison and Rowan. I believe that one big key to Hot Shit's turnaround here is going to be trying to deny those easy resets right now. They talked about it at halftime. They can't let Giovanni's Little Jalapenos possess them to death.
You got to think, Giovanni's Little Jalapenos has played the most amount of Goalti. Some of these guys are consistent 3 days a week. They finished 13th in the country. It is like, you got to stop them. You got to stop the resets. They are very conservative with the disc. But here they go for the shot. And guess what? He looks, Coach Brandon not happy. See the arms crossed over there? It's like, hey, look, but he's like, I still need you.
Evan gave a little, he shook his head no. He knew that he shouldn't have been shooting that shot. It was a little too aggressive there. It's uncharacteristic for Giovanni's Little Jalapenos.
But here you go. You got the matchup we want.
Oh, my goodness.
Goalti is a game of inches. That was what, 3 inches?
Yeah, I mean, had it been a couple inches lower into that hoop, it would have been in. Rowan was wide open. Great shot by Nick. Nick won his first championship season 1 by primarily being the main shooter for his team, so I expect him to continue to take more shots like that.
I actually think in this half, Rowan's going to shoot more. Nick's going to catch the shots. I think it's going to be between Mikey, Fia, Rowan shooting to Nick.
Okay, we got Nadu, Dylan pushing the disc up here. This is oh my goodness. Nick, good defensive bid. Ezra has become quietly one of the, I mean, I don't even know if it's quiet. I mean, he's one of the best quiet players in Goalti right now. Great performance from him at Nationals. He played exceptional. Oh, and Chris! Defensively doing his job. As you said, he's a top-notch defensive role player here.
Chris told me before the game, he was like, hey, when the cameras are on, I got to step up.
Power position. No cutter right now, isolated. Oh, he's trying to box out. Oh, and he forces to Chris. It doesn't get there. I think Rowan wanted him to shoot it with the box out.
He was only, 2 feet away?
Rowan was getting physical right there, and that's what you want to see. A lot of times, some of the criticisms Ultimate players get is that they're not used to the physicality of Goaltimate. They're not used to the quick throws. I don't think that's a problem for Rowan at all. He's good at quick throws. He's good at being physical.
For sure. Whoa.
Oh, shot here. And again, that's uncharacteristic of Giovanni's Little Jalapenos. They like to work it up. They like to possess the disc, and they're not there with it right there. They've been taking outside wide shots.
That is not part of the game plan. They are just going rogue, as you can see.
Our commissioner Brandon Lee on the sideline, arms crossed, not happy. He's historically known. Oh, look at this. We're here in the booth right now, and Sean Tonko he slid over some shots to us, or some beverages. We shouldn't call them shots. Thank you, Sean. You're a real true. Why don't you come over here for a second?
Oh, sure.
Come over for a second.
Okay, all right.
How does your games going today?
They were so good. We're a team of journeys. We're fucking hustling.
Good,
I don't know if I
good.
can say that F word, but
It's
it's also
okay.
Eric's birthday. Happy birthday, Eric.
Happy birthday to my captain, Eric G. Sean is one of my captains. Oh, big shot. Ooh. Now, is that
What's
in?
the look by the referee? Referee says not in.
Not in. He slid it in.
Hey, cheers, boys. That's sake.
Thank you, Sean. We appreciate it. Not sake, just water here for the fans at home. Hey.
Take it in.
Yeah, thank you.
Boom.
Oh my goodness! Giovanni's Little Jalapenos. What a grab from Evan Moorlock. Oh, my God, reaching up and snagging that thing.
That was an amazing blade, flick blade by Ezra to Evan. Twin Tower strike again.
Get that water, baby.
Weren't they struck? They don't strike, right?
Okay, we have an English major literature professor over here correcting us Hawaii boys when we barely know how to speak English. It's a hard. Oh, Ezra with a huge defensive play right there in the goal area. Rowan, he's signaling, I want more of that. I want more of that.
You gotta figure there's plenty of time, just about 15 minutes, 35 seconds to go. But 5-point game, there is still a lot of time on the clock.
Ezra pushing up to Nadu. We got Ezra, Nadu, Dylan, and Evan Moorlock on the field right now. Oh, huge play by Mikey. He read that. And that's what we talked about. They got to deny those resets. They can't let them possess the disc.
Yes.
Great job by Mikey.
And we got the power lineup right here for Hot Shit. And I have to apologize in advance.
A lot of swearing, right?
Yeah, Mom, you never hear me swear. I'm sorry. It's just their team name.
Oh,
Shit!
no. A little dancing from Nick. They weren't on the same page there. Little frustrating, but they gotta bring it in. They gotta reel those discs in right now. Giovanni's little jalapenos now with Dylan, Ezra, Evan, and Nadu. Strong offensive line here. We expect them to be able to get this clear and move into possession. But hot shit playing hard aggressive D. Look at Mikey. Look at Rowan. These guys are fighting all these clear throws. Ezra now with the disc in the clear position. Oh, and what a D from Rowan. Hand blocked him, read that like a book. Right now, Giovanni's little jalapenos have not gotten into the power position yet in this first. Oh,
Whoa, that was wild.
look at Rowan. Rowan is telling Nick right now, hey, we gotta slow it down. Get me back the disc. I'm wide open right here. You know, it's about a possession game. We can't be doing that.
You didn't like the blade that went just into the ground to China?
Well, I'm not sure if I liked it, but Rowan definitely wasn't a fan of it. And
What about the floater? Right
Mikey
there?
Palmer deserves a ton of credit right now for the energy he's bringing here on defense. He is forcing a lot of bad passes, a lot of desperation throws.
That was actually amazing. That was great. Just being in the presence right there. Mikey did great. Here we go. Opportunity.
Okay, Rowan with the disc here. He's looking. It doesn't seem like he has a stall count. Good job by him waiting for Mikey to get it more to center. Those inches matter. And Fia with a huge grab. That's a honey point. Mikey to Fia. Big point up there for hot shit. Now they've cut the lead down to 4. 6-10. Giovanni's little jalapenos, but hot shit with the disc, trying to get a 2-for-1 here. Chris Harrison pushing up to Nick. Nick back to Chris. You'd like to see centering here. Rowan smart, gets it back. He's pointing, he's trying to sign it, and he gets Nick. How did he fit that disc in there?
Because he has all the throws in the book. You
man.
gotta, if you have throws, you can make any window fit.
Great pass by Rowan. They've cut the lead down to 3 now. They still haven't been able to tie the game or take the lead, but they've been battling and staying with it. Chris looking to center, gets it to Rowan. Brandon playing hard D. Oh, he almost took a shot there. Didn't see what he liked.
Something happened.
I think they're talking about a goal stall here. It seems like Evan is trying to make his case to Nick, and Nick doesn't appear to be hearing any of it. Chris, back to center. Patient. Oh, finds Nick. Down to 2, 10-8.
This is turning out to be a great game. 12 minutes, 20 seconds to go.
Patience. Possession is the key for this team right now.
But they got the shots. If you got the opportunity, you got to take it. The blades, the scoobers, all up top right here.
Great move by Rowan right there. You saw him on the side of the post right there. He had no shot opportunity, and shot.
But that's
It's
around.
caught
That's around.
Chris needs a center here. Get it a little closer. You want to see them getting closer. Oh. Brandon Lee, one of the best defensive players here in Hawaii. We're talking about defensive role players and Chris Harrison. We need to also talk about Brandon. Brandon wearing goalie gloves to Goalti Nationals, getting laughed at, but turning up with 30 blocks.
30?
Yeah, 30 blocks during the entire run. He did a great job.
Some would say he's the second best player in Hawaii.
That's insane. That's a bit crazy, but
I don't say that.
he's good.
Second best?
Maybe second best defender?
Who's first best?
Ezra pushing up to Brandon. Brandon's here in the center. Now this is Giovanni's game right here. They've got it back to center. They find Evan, and Evan skies Nick. But Nick is saying no goal.
Interesting.
And Ezra's saying, no way, I threw it through. Nick is looking down saying no. The replay.
Jeez, I think that's a score.
Yeah, they're going to say score.
Which looked like a score.
Yeah, it did.
Well, that's definitely looked like a turn.
So 11-8 right now. 3-point game for Giovanni's little jalapenos. Hatchet bringing it back up. I don't know if that's illegal. You're supposed to take it from
Where it goes out.
Yes.
Ref didn't say anything.
Okay, we're centering back to Jen Mulholland and rotating around to Nick. They got to get it into that center. Rowan is not in here. They've been really successful when Rowan is in here. Struggling a little bit when he's not.
They got to get closer. They're too far away right now.
Goal stall called by Chris Harrison. And it doesn't look like Brandon Lee is going to contest this at all. They're going to move up. Mikey will have the disc at the top of the key right here. As we approach 10 minutes to go in the second half. 10 minutes to go in the game, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey should take it up at the front.
10 minutes left in the game.
I guess they didn't move it to the front of the key. I'm possibly not a goal stall count here. Nick. Oh, and what a pass from Chris Harrison. He found that sneaky throw right inside.
No defensive specialist. Shooter.
We got a shooter.
Our sideline reporter is telling us, hey, this guy is more than a defensive guy. He can shoot too. Jen Mulholland coming off that championship
Here's a shooter.
run. Oh my goodness! What a grab from Nick Dunbar! We talked about this, Nick in prime time. Who does it better than Nick?
That was amazing. Now we got a 1-point game.
1 point game, under 10 minutes, a shot, and Brandon Lee, the two defensive specialists. But Chris is going to argue he had it and it was stripped out of his hand.
I honestly think Brandon had it.
Okay, so Chris is still arguing.
Brandon had the position.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
It's contested. It's going to go back to Nick. Now, Nick took a shot from out of that power position area. Again, do we want it to move up a little bit? Do we want it to be closer?
Nah, we like shooters, okay? We want people to know you got the range. The only people that shoot in the power position are people that got no range.
Oh, what a defensive play from Nadu. Nadu, normally known for offense, but coming up big, reaching with that hand block.
That was just straight nasty.
They play, Jen and Nadu have played a ton of Goalti together and pick up for a team Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Nadu's really come into her own, you know, going from nobody wanted her in season 1, like last pick in the draft, to now Goalti Nationals player.
What a shot. Brandon called for the opening. Brown, a hot shit, was not paying attention. That's a 2-point lead right now for Giovanni's little jalapenos.
What a shot, and yeah, nobody was even there. You saw Ezra just threading the needle, boom, Scuba, Brandon wide open.
What a D from Rowan. I mean, you can't be that casual if you're Dylan. You got to put it over the top or like step out. Mm-hmm. He was kind of standing straight up and making that throw. It was kind of easy to read. Mikey driving down the middle.
Sometimes lackadaisical throws will really cost you. You got to make sure every throw is 100%, and you got to make sure that you are putting your team in the right position for the next move.
Oh, and he finds Rowan. Evan shaking his head. He knows he should have had that. He could have played a little tighter defense in that goal area. It's dangerous when Nick and Rowan are both on the field. They prove it again. They've cut the lead down to 1.
Can you believe this game started off at 7-1 and now it's a 12-11 game?
With about 7 minutes left to go in the game. And Mikey, he wants that one back.
I want it back.
Nadu made a great defensive play again.
If I could turn back time,
okay,
I
so
would holster that.
Oh, and Mikey says, "Let me get the D back from you, Nadu."
Well, Mikey knew he effed up, and so he said, "You know what? I better make up for it."
It's a great North Shore battle between Mikey and Ezra. Remember, Ezra and Evan beat Mikey and Fia last season in week 2 in primetime. Could they be getting the revenge? Rowan with the disc. It's looking to center to Nick. Nick's got to be patient here. He finds Fia. Fia to Mikey. Mikey, no way. He tried to make a shot.
2 turns in a row by Mikey.
And Rowan right now is coaching Mikey, saying, hey, just settle it down a little bit. He had that inside track on me. You didn't need to make that shot. I wasn't going to make that cut anyway.
I think right now you're getting to, you know, there's still a lot of time, 6 minutes, 20 seconds left. But who are making the shots? Who are the shooters? Who are the cutters? Who are the wings? Who are the swingers? Make sure you make the right decision.
What a grab from Dylan. He was able to pull that down away from the defending hands of Rowan. Hot shit is desperate to get a defense here. Fia, hard defense. Chris making a great bid. You get the feeling that, and the easy resets again denied. Rowan talked about this in the halftime with us. He said, look, we got to deny those easy resets. We can't let them possess us.
Let me ask you a question. Is it so cool to go behind the back just to get turned over? Or is it like flashy? Is
you
it
get
worth
at least
it?
a half a point for style, no?
No, I think you get benched and it's like you're not coming back in the game.
Nick taking his time. And Ezra, like eyes in the back of his head. One thing you got to pay attention to, what Ezra does a good job, is field mapping. He's constantly looking across the field, seeing where players are in space whenever he gets a chance. And that right there is a good moment to see for young players. Look around. It's not just the person you're defending, it's the people in the area that you can make an impact with.
I never doubted Ezra. Even after that horrible behind the back, I never doubted him.
Giovanni's Little Jalapenos is having a hard time. Right now, Hot Shit is having an easier time moving the disc up into position. Giovanni's Little Jalapenos struggling right now. And we just got the music indicator saying we are under 5 minutes left in the game. Hot Shit down by 1. Got their big lineup out here with Chris, Rowan, Nick, and Fia. Oh.
Watch an overhand. Watch a blade. Watch a scoop. Oh.
And it's around. Doesn't count yet. They're still trying to score. Still attacking.
But there's a call. There's a call.
Evan's talking with Rowan. I don't know what the call is. It might have been a foul.
You know he's going to go back to Rowan right here. Oh, here we go.
Good denial from Evan. You don't want to see Nick get too greedy here. He's backing out of that middle position. You want just own that middle position. Rowan, good job jumping into it, trying to center it. He's trying to find his buddy Nick. Kind of forced it there. He knows he did. He should have got that reset. Sometimes you get impatient in Goalti when you keep swinging it a lot.
Absolutely.
But you're winning in those moments.
Well, you got to take your chances. I believe he had Fia there, but it was high stall count, so you have to make that throw. You really don't have that many options.
Now, one thing to note here is Hot Shit has a lot of high-energy defensive players out right now. It's going to be a struggle for Giovanni to get the disc out of their hands. And Nick!
Let's
making
go.
a huge play again. Nick in prime time. Nobody does it better. Okay, so we talked about it. It's going to be hard with this oh, no! She makes the grab! Even Fia can't believe it.
I think Brandon...
It's not a goal, but now that's a goal. And we are tied. For the first time since the beginning of the game, Nick Dunbar in primetime just gave us a little kiss. He blew one to the commentary booth. The man is on fire. He says, pick me in the top 3 next time.
I'm so in love. He looked at me.
No, he looked at me, dog.
Fia with the disc, moving across now. We are under 3 minutes, right off the shoulder of Ezra. Now here's the question. Giovanni's Little Jalapenos jumped out to a 6-point lead, 7-1 early. They have had a hard time moving the disc, but right now they've got a great line. Ezra, Evan, Nadu, Brandon out there. 2:41 left in the game. Tie ball game here. This game, should I say. A shot for 2. It's not going to make it. But great D by Nick! No! Brandon was open in the goal, and Nick's effort there 100% made that happen. It's not the greatest pass, but it looks like Rowan almost tripped. Worst thing in the world to see somebody get hurt here. We had an injury week 1 about that area by Gabby.
Week 1 was a great game. If you haven't seen it, please tune down below. Watch week 1, but week 2 is turning into quite the battle. Tie game, 12-12, 2 minutes to go.
We are here at the 2-minute warning. It's tie ball game. Nick with the disc in his hand, looking for Rowan. Now, expect Giovanni's Little Jalapenos to try to keep them out of this blue area. They've been really patient moving it. It's been a tale of 2 halves where Giovanni's Little Jalapenos, turn. We're now under 2 minutes. Minute 38 left in the game.
Do you think they Giovanni's waits for the last shot, or do you think they want the shootout, or do you think they go and they try and shoot it? Oh,
Nadu wide open. Oh, so now we're down to a minute 20.
Interesting. That was an interesting choice.
For the folks at home, our first primetime game went into a shootout. How that works is if this game ends as a tie, and Jen just cleared the disc for Jen Milhan just cleared the disc for Giovanni's Little Jalapenos.
60 seconds left in the game.
Under 60 seconds. Now you've got the disc cleared. You've got to be patient. You got to move the disc into position. Oh, and you can't do that if Rowan is over there playing Monster D, tracking that thing down from behind. He finds Mikey. They're pushing up now.
All right, we got 40 seconds left in the game. Tie game.
Now the idea here is you want to take the last shot. Either you win or you go into overtime.
Well, if you score right now, it's game over. Put the silencer on right now. You can finish him. What's your finishing move? What is your finishing move?
25 seconds. He's able.
Plenty of time.
Center. Oh, and he gets in! That's a goal for Hot Shit! They just took the lead for the first time. 10 seconds left in the game.
Mikey to Dunbar. Amazing.
What a second half comeback for Hot Shit. They're going to take it. Unbelievable game.
Wow.
Giovanni's little jalapenos knows they let one get away here. But Rowan, Nick, Fia, Mikey, an awesome comeback. They fought, battled the whole way through. Great defense in the second half. It wins championship games. What a great game. Incredible comeback. I know we have our field reporter waiting in the wings for us. Got a great interview. It should be amazing to interview. But I just want to highlight, down 7-1, Hot Shit came back. Incredible comeback. You couldn't ask for a better game than this. It's great to see high-level defense, high-level offense on both sides. Jason, what is your final takeaways from this game?
Final takeaways is that Giovanni's, they're not going to sleep very well. It's going to be a long drive back to North Shore. It's going to be a long drive back to Waipio.
Okay, and with that, I'm Dallas Moffis, Jason Anthenien signing off. We're taking it to our field reporter. Thank you so much for joining us.
Gus Haflin here with Hawaii Goalti interviewing. We got Fia, and we got Nick, and we got Ezra, and we got Nadu. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Nadu declined to be interviewed after what was honestly a pretty tough loss. I'm not going to lie, but we're not going to talk about the loss initially. We're going to talk about the dub. Fia, captaining this team, how does it feel to get some momentum with your team? Friday Night Lights, awesome comeback.
Oh my gosh, it feels amazing. We were down 6-1. I didn't even realize that till Rowan pointed it out after the game. But our energy didn't die. We stayed pushing. We stayed scoring. We came out with the dub. We feel great. Yeah.
Awesome. Nick, hell of a heroic effort down the stretch, making some big plays offensively and defensively. How did you find the energy to keep going on a tough Friday?
It was pretty easy looking around at my teammates. Mikey's fired up the entire time. He came up there ready to go. Chris Harrison doing crazy stuff in the first game too. So we bided our time through our bye and then came in hot and fired it up through the second half.
Love hearing people taking advantage of the bye. It's a real skill. You got to learn it over time. We got Twin Towers over here. Twin Towers probably the third worst defeat that the Twin Towers has ever had in their existence.
People are saying I got the at-will curse now. I'm destined for second.
You're up. Fia said 6-1. I actually heard it was 7-1. A tough loss, but hopefully a learning experience. What do you think?
I think so. We left it all on the field, so not much to say, but come back next time.
I feel like we were playing our game really well. Work it up, those short passes, little Blady over the top, Nadu back there, catching anything. We were playing our game, but they put in a really good defensive and offensive effort at the end there.
Yeah. And honestly, a really tremendous game. I mean, a true showcase of what Hawaii Goaltimate has to offer. Thank you for watching. For Hawaii Goaltimate, this is Gus Haflin with Nadu and Ezra and Nick and Fia. We'll see you next week.
Certainly hot.
Oh my god, that's so hot.
Give me a water, man! Get on you! Feel like I'm gonna die! Bring it back, bring it up, up. He's on fire!
Hey, big guy. Chasing the Anthenien, riding the bike, 0 hands, out of the water, speed bump, we got past the speed bump, whoa, still no hands. This could be us hanging out every Saturday night and Friday night, maybe even Sunday if you play your cards right. And it's like, let's go. Let's go right now. But you know what? It's not. Because you guys aren't here. Why? Because Bridget couldn't find parking. All right, here we go. Speed bump. Ooh, oh, ah. Okay, I ate it. Oh, what are the chances?